So if I had a class here, I might choose to work on some phrases that are matching most of the levels in my classroom as far as their language capacity, or what they've showed me that they could do with language. And so I want to make sure that I do things orally, that I do things with visuals, that I actually write even sentence stems with the classroom. I could write these with the classroom. So a lesson might look like this. Students, yesterday we read the book called The Day You Begin. And today we're going to read it again. And I know some teachers might say, oh, we're going to read it again. My class isn't going to be engaged. And there are ways to make this engaging, but that's another conversation. So for this purpose, everyone's happy that we're going to read this again. And this is The Day You Begin. And today, when we read these, we're going to use the sentence starters. I see. I think. You should have your tape ready. I think. And I predict. So let's practice. Really quick on the cover. You're sitting by your partner A, your partner B. I have you grouped accordingly. Your students transitioned to the carpet. They already know how to behave in partnerships with AB. Those are things you want to I need to get out of that. You need to speak clearly with correct, because wanna is not a word, it'll just confuse everybody. You want to make sure that you have your students transitioned into this. So let's just assume everybody's transitioned to it. I said we're going to have the opportunity to read The Day You Begin again, and this time when we read it and we turn and talk with our partners, we're going to use these stems. Say it with me. I see. And you have them say it with you. I think. I predict. What's going to come next? Okay, so let's practice real quick. I'll model for you using the cover. So I see a little girl. She's next to a ruler. Oh, I see a doorknob on the ruler as she's coming in. So those are the things I see. I think she might be coming out of a doorway, looking in. And I predict that she is going into a classroom or a library. So I was able to use what I see, and then put together just things that I see and say, I think, and now I'm going to predict what the book might be about, or what the words might be about. I predict that she might be walking into a classroom. So now I'm going to turn and talk to my partner, and we're going to share with the I see, I think, and I predict. Do it with me. I see, I think, I predict. So then I would facilitate the class in practicing something very concrete, and then stop at different parts in the book and make sure and help them use these phrases. And if you think about this comes from research from these books over here. I don't know if you want to move the camera over there or not, but before you can get to these, as you get to these higher order things, there's some very common things that all of us do. We're first looking, we're first seeing, we're first gathering lists in our head. And then again, we stretch that language. What kind of list do we have? And then we're going to make a predict. We're going to bring it into our context, our reading. So this is a routine. And so you want to use this routine every day or every so often when you want kids to go through this progression. So stop there.